Zuck the cuck drinks water like a duck, but he also drinks your data. So tell him and Google to shove your data up their schwing-schwangs by downloading the Brave browser. It's free, blocks online advertising, and protects your privacy and data from evil tech companies. You only see ads if you want to see them, and you get cryptocurrency for your attention. Don't let Zuck use you to make a buck. Download Brave by clicking on the link down below.
Howdy, lieutenants and economists. The most volatile, evil, disgusting things on the planet, humans. If you have a video request, you can always go to assholeconsulting.com. Yeah, I am gonna charge you, kids. And that is the importance of not fucking up.
You are such an asshole!
Cappy, I'm not sure why this didn't happen earlier in life, but I recently had some massive wake-up calls realization. I'm a massive loser. Well, give my book How Not to Become a Millennial. Coming out in about a month and a half. I was raised by helicopter parents. I never really had to make my own decisions. I never had a healthy relationships. I had an extreme lack of confidence, likely coming from lack of responsibility in life, and a religious, extremely prudish mother who basically discouraged any sort of sexual romantic relationship. I basically had no man in the house growing up. I had everything taken care of for me, and as such, no wonder things in the real world seem so difficult. I was basically raised in a... You didn't use paragraphs either. I guess your mom didn't teach you how to use paragraphs. Oh, here's a paragraph. I was basically raised in an environment where having a good job was seen as the highest form of achievement, yet being an unfuckable, fat, nerdy guy with no girls, no social skills, no personality, and no fun is totally an okay thing and is almost encouraged. Admittedly, at first I thought I had some interest in nursing. What could go wrong? I liked the EMT field, but nursing was completely different. I hated it. Schoolwork seemed mundane, mindless, and draining. Yes, that's school. That's life. It is. That's why you're paid for a job. Only truly privileged white girls among North America, well, in Europe too, believe that their job should be fun. And not only believe it, but they're entitled to it. If they can't find one, the government should tax hardworking people to create them out of thin air for them. Do you want to be that titled and privileged? No, thank you very much. And some of it seemed very hard. Yes, nursing is hard. That's a legit field. Likely because I actually had to work hard for the first time in my life at something I did not like. This is amazing. It's almost like there's a word for that. What is doing something that's hard and you do not like? Oh, a job. Previous minimum wage jobs didn't pay well, but I didn't hate my life at those jobs. School was so bad for me I could hardly spend any time on things I want. Yes! Go back to 1993 and there was old Cappy, because I know I wanted to patrol out in minus 15-degree weather during Christmas. We have not attained the part of our lives where there are little robots doing everything for us. Some human suffering, toil, and labor must be expended in order for the shit to get done. The food doesn't just show up on the stocking shelves. Yes, life is hard, yes. I only have a few months left in school. I now acknowledge the Roger that attitude. I'm not quitting even if I hate it. I also acknowledge the utility this degree could have as a stepping stone. I'm not discounting its usefulness. I just can't see myself doing this for the rest of my life. Okay, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Every other job out... Okay, if it's easier, it's going to pay less. To the penny. If it's harder, it's going to pay more. Now, you just put your effort into nursing, you know what? You might as well go be a nurse and make some good money. Because at the end of the day, you still lost the same time. You still lost those 8 hours. You're never getting them back. So do you want to have a lot of money in exchange for that? Or some minimum wage pissant job where you're like some millennial journalism major? Oh, I can't follow my dreams. And that's not a violin. That's the journalism millennial majors. Or I'm sorry, millennial journalism majors masturbating their dicks. God, Aaron, they hate for the millennials. You write a book about them. You'll see how much you hate them too. I'm starting to wake up. I feel like I have balls for the first time ever. I have confidence in my own values, some self-identity. For perhaps the first time in my self-doubting, low-confidence loser life. My interests are working out, good, eating healthy foods, being with girls, self-improvement, look, style, social, making okay, good. I know I need to figure out what else I like. Please share any words of wisdom for me and other young men who may be in a similar situation. Sincerely, Anonymous. And I say, well, where do you live? I guess I'll kind of determine the activities. What do you want to do in life? And aside from a good job, what else would you like to achieve? I live with my parents. Basically, on day 4 of my epiphany. Oh, I love when young people think they have a great philosophical discovery. And they got to tell us old guys who had it 20 years ago all about it. Realize that almost all the problems I've had in my life come from being under my parents' wings and not being an adult and having the balls to stand up for myself and be my own person. You're a Democrat. Just kidding. I'm literally gaining more clarity by the day and taking steps to become more independent. I do not know exactly what I want to do in life, which is probably a big problem, but I want to figure it out. I want to explore and recon and do different jobs, talk to chicks, make friends. Use paragraphs. Always wanted to be a Marine growing up, and I never joined due to a medical condition. I'm just skimming this. Then you write another additional info. I don't want additional info. Well, all right, going through. Here's what you're going to do. 1, you're going to graduate with your nursing degree, and you're going to go be a fucking nurse, okay? You're going to have a career. You put your time and effort into that career. It's a legitimate field of study. There are some great women there, by the way. Nursing is one of the few last bastions of high-quality women. But the main thing is I don't give a fuck what you want to do or the job's tough. You're going to do it. Because that's going to make the rest of your life a lot easier because you're going to get paid a decent wage. And that is what you're going to... The known list of objective and life goals is you're going to move the fuck out of your parents' house and you're going to be a real man who supports himself. That is all I'm going to recommend to you for sure. Because the rest of it is up to you. So your goal, graduate, hopefully not a lot of debt, get a job, get an apartment, get a car, a cheap car, not a new one, don't get a car loan. If you haven't read this book, I strongly recommend you do. Bachelor Pad Economics, it'll guide you where you're... This basically will replace your non-existent father. I know you have a father, but he's obviously not there, hasn't invested in you. That'll do the job for you. But you're basically going to become an adult. You're going to continue on this epiphany of self-supportation, being a truly independent individual. Not what professors tell you. And then I would say if you lost the weight and get in shape, maybe revisit joining the reserves or the National Guard. That's something to consider. But again, the main thing is you're going to establish a career. And you are going to become a self-supporting adult. Once you have that down, you will be in the top 5% of your generation in your class. After that, now you have your own money, your own car, your own place, and you don't need anyone's permission, and you're out from underneath your parents, then the world's your oyster. And then what you do from there, that's up to you. Like I said, you could dabble with the military if you get in shape. But... And it is a journey to figure out what you want to do. Not to sound like Oprah, but it is a journey. I can't tell you what you do. Now, obviously, there are some things. Yes, you'd like to meet girls. I suggest picking up ballroom dance just on the side. Oh, what else? If you want to get into motorcycles and hiking, these are just things I like. Learn to shoot guns, pick up cigars. Those are just my hobbies. But it's up to you. Right? And it's going to take some time for you to go and explore and evaluate. Maybe you like roller skating. You go roller skating, fall flat on your ass. Like, fuck this shit. Don't want to do it ever again. Maybe you like hang gliding. You know, whatever. Anything that piques your interest, go and do it. But, you know, the world's your oyster in this regard. And as long as you pay for your shit and support yourself, you can do whatever you want. And the only reason I can't tell you what to do is because I'm not you. And you got to go and explore it, and that's life. Another thing, just a bit of advice for you. Because you have been so sheltered, people who have not have made these epiphanies and realizations way before you have. And no one wants to hear it from you. Nobody. They don't care. This is all new and exciting to you. It's like a kid who took a shit on the toilet the first time. It's not exciting to somebody who's like 5 or 6 or 7 or 8. Okay? I would not spread this word or get too excited. Like, hey, did you know this? Did you do? Just because I guarantee you, you've been stunted. Your development in socializing has been arrested a little bit. And so what I would do is watch my video, how to be a good conversationalist. Certainly go out and be social, be friendly, but I would not, you talked way too much. Way too much. Way too much. I know you're very excited about being an independent man and discovering that you don't have to live under the thumb of your mom. No one else gives a shit. And that's just general advice I'd give anyone. Silence is golden. Every time you wait for people to say 3 things before you say 1. Right? And that's the quickest way. That not only increases your currency in conversation, but you will observe and learn from other people. You're missing a ton of social cues. You're going to walk in, you're going to be the nerd. People aren't going to have anything to do with you because you're just not picking it up. You basically shut up and observe people in social situations, and it's not going to happen today or tomorrow. But you're the quiet guy you're not silent, but you're not the talker. You're not the center of attention. You just watch and observe, participate in conversation. Someone asks you a question, obviously answer them, but then immediately turn a question around, ask them something, and not a yes/no question. Ask them something philosophical. Ask them something that they got to expand on, something that they like. But you need to figure out what you want to do, which is great. That's a lifelong process. You are, for a fact, going to become an independent adult. And then the best thing for you to do on top of that then is learn how to interact socially. And I would learn to speak softly and just, because and it's intuitive. This is nothing you can study. It's not like you read a book, oh no, you're going to stand out like a sore thumb because you were ill-raised. People will smell it. They'll figure it out. But if you're quiet, people just think you're shy, no matter what's going on up here, and you make only poignant and pointed observations or commentary sparingly, you can fake it for a while. You'll fake it. And then you're like, oh, I see why I shouldn't blather on about this. I see why I shouldn't go and flood this girl with attention. You'll understand that more. All right. Questions, answers, links down below. I'm not kidding, kid. Get this book and read it. It's the best book you're going to have. Unless you had Rollo Tomasi's book. Then it will be the best book you ever have. And Rollo Tomasi's book will be the second best. I'm kidding. Bust Rollo's balls. All right. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.